Let's take a slightly tougher problem now. So a random 4-digit number is entered through the keyboard at runtime, which means that you're using scanf to read the 4-digit number from the user. You're asked to write a program to calculate the sum of its digits. How would you approach this problem? So let's briefly write down the list of steps. So the logic would be, so read the number from the user. Let's say the user reads or the user enters 3914. That's a 4-digit number. Now my strategy would be to extract each of these digits and compute the sum. For example, I'm going to extract 4 and store it in D1. Then I'll extract 1 and store it in D2 or digit 2. Extract 9 and store it in D3, and extract 3 and store it in D4. So my variables would be D1, D2, D3, D4. Then compute the sum and finally display the result. So this is the easy part. The most important thing here is the second point, which is extract each digit and store it in variables. How would you do this operation? So this is where you have to apply your brain. Try to think of ways in which you can do this. Let's say the entered number was 3914. So num is a variable. What I'm going to do is I'm going to store num in a temporary variable. The reason I want to do this is because if I manipulate num and change its value, I'm going to lose the original value, right? Which is why I'm going to store it in a temporary variable. And I can do all my operations on the temporary variable, and this will not harm the original number. Okay, now the first step is, how do you extract, or how can you extract 4 from 3914? For that, we use the modulus operator, which is why I said modulus is one of the most important operators in programming languages. 3914 modulus what will give me a 4. So 3914 modulus 10 would give me a 4, and then I can store it in digit 1. Therefore, digit 1 equals temp modulus 10. So I can extract my first digit. Now the next step is I'm going to do temp equals temp over 10. Remember, temp is 3914. So 3914 divided by 10 would give me 391. I keep going. Therefore, D2 would be temp modulus 10. So 391 modulus 10 equals to 1, and I can store this in digit 2. Next, I need to remove 1 from 391. Therefore, I do temp equals temp over 10. Basically, I want to remove that whole digit there. So we reduce it by one order. So temp equals to temp over 10. So 391 over 10 equals 39. And from 39, I want to extract 9. So I do a modulus with 10, which will give me a 9, and I can store this in D3. Therefore, D3 equals temp modulus 10. My temp is 39 and I want to remove the 9 or the entire digit there. So again, I can do temp over 10 equals to 3. So remember, we know that it's a 4-digit number. So we don't need to do the temp modulus 10 again, even though it results in a 3. We can just simply say this is D4. You can also do this additional operation and say this is D4, but it's not necessary. We can stop the process here. Therefore, D4 equals temp over 10. And then you can write sum equals D1 plus D2 plus D3 plus D4. So this is the extracting and the adding part. Now let's write the code for the whole thing.